Ich sitze hier mit David Munoz, Regisseur von Another Night on Earth, ein Film, in dem mehrere Taxifahrten gefilmt werden, in denen sich der Taxifahrer und die Passanten, die Mitfahrenden, unterhalten über diverse Themen. Ich werde ihm jetzt einige Fragen stellen. At first, I wanted to know what relation you have to the city you filmed in Cairo.
Well, it's a coincidence that I made a film in Cairo. Only this film is my relationship with Cairo and Egypt. And I was a film juror in a film festival in the north of Egypt, and I took one free day and wanted to take a taxi to go to Cairo and visit Cairo for a while. But it happened to me that I spent the whole day stuck in a traffic jam in Cairo. So somehow I got traumatized by my Cairo experience in taxis. And once the revolution started, somehow this came back to me. And I thought that this private space of a taxi would be a good place to talk and let others talk about what was happening in Egypt.
Okay, what was the pre-story? So, why do you make the film?
I was very interested in the political discussion, the revolution, the Arab Revolution, and this was the first reason for making the film, the political background. Also, I was interested in trying to make a film with a lot of constraints that would order and would somehow tie the whole thing, like, for instance, shooting inside a taxi. And another condition was that I didn't want to be in the shooting. That I wanted to make a documentary film, but without interfering or directing the people, the characters, or making questions. I didn't want to be inside the film. I felt that inside a taxi I had the opportunity to install a setting and then let it go without me.
Okay, what did you intend by making the movie?
Well, when you make a movie, you just intend to make a good movie. And you don't want, well, at least in my case, I don't have any political goals behind it. You just try to develop your narrative language and see what happens with your assumptions with which you start and see the result. And just try to make a good movie. That's the only goal.
Okay. Could you describe the political situation in Egypt while in the time you filmed?
Well, the political situation in 2011, when I filmed, all these months that came after the start of the revolution in January, I could define it as chaotic, very confusing, without any order. Also very energetic, and the whole society was, starving for a change, but in so many contradictory ways at the same time. And you see, when you live in a dictatorship for 30 years, and you don't have the political parties that you could inscribe in, and you don't have the political speech. So the disorder and the chaos is in everyone's house in terms of political.
Okay, how did you film it so technically and practically?
As I said before, my intention was, first of all, not to be inside the taxi. So I just installed a setting of cameras, micros, and would let the taxi go through Cairo and take passengers. Some of them would reject to come inside, but others would accept. And I didn't give any order in terms of you're going to speak about this or about that. I preferred to see. Sometimes I told the passengers, if there's something that worries you, if there's something you would like to say or you would like to talk about, just do it. You're free to do it. If you don't want to say anything, you're also free to keep in silence.
Okay. The people in the movie discussed about politics. What do you discuss about normally when you're in a taxi?
Uh, usually in taxis, normally I don't like speaking. When a taxi driver starts talking to me, then I say, oh, 20 minutes now talking with this guy. So usually, it's so usual in Spain to talk about football or politics, if not economics lately. But I prefer not to talk much in taxis.
Okay, there's a movie from Jim Jarmusch called Night on Earth. Besides the name of your movie, how far did it influence you?
I saw Night on Earth 20 years ago, and I really liked that movie. When I was ending the film, I thought somehow I liked the idea of saying another Night on Earth, because Night on Earth is a fiction movie, and what I wanted to say is another Night on Earth is what about reality, not fiction, and what about politics, not just comedy. It's like another one. We could say that there are endless nights on Earth, and of course there could be endless nights on taxis also.
Okay, that's all. Thank you, Jan, very much for your time.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.